Outside the Brand. This is your Friday Night SmackDown post show for October 6th, 2023. I'm your host, Phil, and of course, this is Outside the Brand. Thank you so much for joining us right here on your Friday nights, wherever you may be. I got my guy Nate here today. This isn't usually, it's just a me and Nate post show. It's usually kind of like a three person, or it's me and Waff up in here. But hey, Nate, look at this, man. We get to do a show together. That's absolutely awesome, bro. How are you?
Indeed. I'm doing good. Kind of tired. Yeah.
I know it's gonna be a long weekend.
Yeah, I've been working overtime all this week. I work overtime next week too, so my body is just drained. But I'm here. A lot of fantastic wrestling this week. Concluded with SmackDown this week. I won't be able to watch Fastlane tomorrow because I have plans. But yeah, tonight's show was good. Excited for NXT next week too. So we'll see.
Yeah. So we'll get into NXT. We'll talk about that in just a second. I actually wanted Waff up in here because the whole situation with everything. But it's good to talk with you about it too, man, because look, I understand that with look, Title Tuesday has been a thing in AEW. It's been a thing in AEW for the 4 years that it has been a company, right? And then all of a sudden, because it got preempted to Title Tuesday because of the MLB playoffs, NXT, who's already been on Tuesday nights, they got moved to Tuesday nights. They got booted over to Tuesday nights because of, the Wednesday Night Wars. Mm-hmm. They do this whole thing now to where we're going to have John Cena, Paul Heyman, Asuka, a major Cody Rhodes announcement, which I'm pretty sure is just going to be the Dusty Classic. We already have Becky Lynch as the NXT Women's Champion, so she's probably going to be on the show. I think she's defending the title against Lyra. Dominic Mysterio is now the NXT North American Champion again, so there's Dom, and you basically have all of Judgment Day basically at your disposal there. So there's all of that. And not only that, but dude, they got the fucking Undertaker. Don't disrespect me here, WWE. I heard that gong at the end of that promo.
We all heard
that. We all heard that. Now, at first, the reports were just saying that he was going to be at the PC and that he was just going to be in town. And then all of a sudden, we heard a gong at the end of the video package / commercial for NXT on Tuesday, and we're like, guys, we're not that freaking naive. We know what that gong means. Is the Undertaker legitimately going to be showing up on camera?
If he does, the only person that I could see him if he comes,
because Cena has a thing with Carmelo. They got their whole Boston thing. That's cool and everything. That's how they're connected. Paul Heyman and Braun Breaker. Braun Breaker is not Samoan. He's not. But you can possibly see a correlation if Braun Breaker ever got called up. Maybe he could be a Paul Heyman guy. Who knows? That could be something. That could be a correlation there.
That would be actually crazy to think about.
Yeah, and I think that would actually work out quite well.
Yeah.
And then Asuka and Roxanne Perez. That's just a nice match for Roxanne. To get some stuff under her feet.
Yeah.
And then obviously Becky and Dom are Becky and Dom, so they're gonna have their thing, and the Judgment Day is everywhere nowadays. But I legitimately have no idea who the Undertaker would even be correlated with.
I got one person, and that would be Joe Gacy.
I mean, I can see it. I can see the
because he's not. Yeah, see, Deontay said the same thing.
Deontay says Casey here
So,
too.
like, because Schism is over now, Joe Gacy is talking about he's trying to find his own way once again. He's
That's right.
basically
Rip Fowler and the other one got not. Did they get released or did they just leave?
their contracts ended
They
last month,
expired
I
and
believe.
they just
So
left. Okay.
yeah,
Yeah.
and now and then last week he broke up Schism with Ava now. So,
That's
but
right. Ava's not even a thing with them anymore either.
yeah.
Okay.
So, but yeah, that's the only one that I could see having an interaction with the Undertaker because it kind of makes
I mean,
sense.
it's the whole spooky factor. So
Yeah.
I mean, I can see that for sure. Um, it's just, dude. All I'm trying to say is this, man. It's 1 week. You're getting The Undertaker, John Cena, Cody Rhodes, Asuka, Becky Lynch, Dominic Mysterio, the rest of Judgment Day, and the fucking Undertaker. I don't know if I said the Undertaker's name twice, but if I did, whatever. It's the fucking Undertaker. To go up against an international title match, which we have seen already at Wrestle Dream. No, wait. No. Well, whatever Moxley and Phoenix fought. Oh, Grand Slam. I should have fucking known. I was there. A Saraya versus Sheeta title match. And Adam Copeland's debut. That's basically what we got so far for the Dynamite on Tuesday. For Title Tuesday. It's not even every title on the line. It's 2 title matches and Edge's debut. I'm sorry, Nate, but if you're telling me that the AEW effect does not exist in the world of WWE, that they don't treat AEW like competition, you're sort of mistaken. I mean, I know you're not like one of those people that, either pick sides or whatever, and like the whole wars and everything like that between the two shows. I know you're not like that. I'm usually not like that either. But man, come on. You don't need to do that for all of Edge's debut. Come on.
Yeah, like I had people asking me, "Nate, are you gonna watch both? Or are you watching NXT?" And NXT is on Tuesday, so I'm watching NXT. And besides that, I like NXT more than AEW. I still gonna watch both, but like just because, like it's my man Edge. Like I can't miss Edge match too, but like on Tuesday, I'm watching NXT. On Wednesday, I'll watch AEW.
I think what Loff and I kind of, come to an agreement on, and again, he just texted me, he will be here. So I'll go over everything with him honestly here just to see what happens on that next Tuesday. Is I'll be watching Dynamite. I'll catch NXT on Thursday, and he'll be watching NXT. And we're just gonna just talk about it segment by segment and just see how the two shows stacked up together. I'll be doing the AEW side of things, he's doing the NXT, and we'll just talk for like a good hour, maybe hour and a half about both shows and just see how things work, because I didn't know how to tackle this. I didn't know how to tackle this, and I didn't want to just leave one out. So I'll watch one, he'll watch the other, and we'll just come together and just talk about it. Or if anybody else, just joins in, like if you want to come in on that Tuesday, or Deontay or whoever, you guys can come on in too. Depending on whatever show you watch, or if you watched both, you can give both insights or whatever. But I think that's just how we're going to possibly do it. It's going to be a very interesting night on Tuesday.
Yeah, I can't wait. Like I said,
because you also got Swerve and Brian, so that's interesting.
Swerve and Brian. You got Edge. You got Moxley and Ray Phoenix again,
and then the Saraya and Sheeta match.
Yeah.
So I mean, like Tony Khan basically said, "Look, I got this amazing ass roster here. I don't need to call down to my developmental system, which honestly AEW doesn't even have." And unless you count Ring of Honor as that, but I don't know what Ring of Honor is nowadays anymore. And he just said, I'm going to give you guys great fucking matches. Because you know Swerve and Bryan is going to slap. And that's the number one contendership for the TNT title, I believe. So that's interesting. And then, obviously, Edge and Luchasaurus. And then the 2 actual title matches. So it's going to be a very interesting night on AEW for Tuesday. Look, even if AEW was on Wednesday, with everything that NXT is getting, NXT was going to win the ratings war anyway. I mean, come on. You're going to get Cena, Cody, Taker, Becky, Dom, rest of John. Like, dude, NXT is winning on Tuesday. But who cares who's winning? Because we are. As the fans getting great pro wrestling on that Tuesday night. I don't get it. I don't understand the mentality, bro.
Yeah, I don't like. Obviously, it's big for like WWE and AEW as far as like ratings and viewers and stuff like that. I don't care about all of that stuff. I'm just here to watch. So, like, you know,
we're here to watch, critique the shows in the way that they are possible for, you know, our standards. I mean, obviously, we're not a part of the actual business, and honestly, who gives a shit what we say? But we come on here and we talk our shit because we love professional wrestling. That's what this whole thing is about. I love professional wrestling. I love AEW. I love WWE. Do I watch a little bit more AEW than WWE at times? Yes, but honestly, that's just because Wednesdays are easy for me. I get home at an early time. I actually get to watch most of this stuff. Monday Night Raw, forget that. I can't watch 3 hours anymore. I can't. I can't. Man, I can't watch 3 hours anymore. And plus, I can't watch 3 hours anymore, bro. And I come home at like 7:30, and I like to decompress when I get home from work. Because, man, Mondays suck, and it's just a freaking hassle. Tuesdays, I get home basically around the same time, so I can't watch NXT all the time, all that often. But I love watching the show when I can. Then Friday, it's Friday, so I could do whatever the fuck I want. But Friday Night SmackDown, without Roman, who gives a shit most of the time? I love LA Knight, but it's the same thing. Like, yeah. But I am getting back into Impact though, and Thursdays are actually pretty nice. So it's just way too much. It's way too much. And then Saturday, forget about it, because I don't know if I'm gonna be home. I don't know if I'm gonna be out with friends. Forget about it.
Right.
There's just so much. There's so much, and it's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. But I understand where people are coming from. You know, you like your shows, and I get that. But I'm not like that. I just watch both, and if I enjoy both, and if they don't insult my intelligence along the way, I'm great. I'm a good boy. Like, I'll be a good boy. It's just you guys gotta not insult my intelligence, and then I'll be fine. But I mean, SmackDown tonight, it wasn't bad. It wasn't a bad show. The ending, that immediately reminded me of a War Games match. I mean, you know, you saw the two rings basically, but separated by the ropes. That immediately cried out War Games to me. If Cena is in War Games in November, I'm gonna be fucking jumping out of my seat. They basically, you know, composed of a 6-on-6 War Games match right in front of our eyes, Nate, at that ending. That is absolutely insane. Yeah. And I don't think we ever really had 6-on-6.
Yeah, I was looking at that too. But, well, with the addition of Roman, it might be 7-on-7.
We could do 7-on-7, and then whoever that mystery partner is for the babyface side, who knows what the fuck could happen? I mean, you know, there were a lot of rumors going around today about a special someone called Phil, not me. This is the only Phil you should acknowledge, but the other Phil.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Yeah.
It's fucking getting crazy out here, bro. It's crazy. Because I mean, take a look at this. He had John Cena, Jey Uso, Cody Rhodes, Sami Zayn, Kevin Owens, and LA Knight on one side. Sammy and KO weren't there tonight, but I mean there's that. You can also do Randy if you wanted to, Corbin. You're not wrong there. And then Damian Priest, Finn Balor, JD McDonough, Dominic Mysterio, Solo Sikoa, and Jimmy Uso. And then possibly if Roman Reigns ever does want to show up, he could show up on at Survivor Series, and we can do 7-on-7. But but yeah, man, it's getting crazy. And you don't mean like and like you don't think that they're trying to figure out war games this year for the Survivor Series? People were telling me, "Oh yeah, Phil, Survivor Series is not going to have war games this year. It's going to have war games. You can't just not have war games anymore for Survivor Series. It should be a tradition."
Yeah, another thing that that I figured out tonight too is that the show is most definitely not going to be brand versus brand anymore. It's going to be storyline versus storyline.
It should be storyline based, especially for a war games match. I mean, I would kind of like. I mean, don't get me wrong. It would be kind of cool to do like a Raw versus SmackDown war games, but you got to do that when the time is actually right, and it honestly depends on the roster and the configuration of the teams.
Right.
So it's interesting. I'm gonna enjoy the hell out of it when War Games does happen. I'm calling it right now. War Games is gonna happen. I know it's not technically announced yet, but we're in the beginning of October. I don't think Survivor Series isn't until the end of November.
Yep.
So we got a long time coming. I mean, we've been doing Judgment Day versus Sami and KO for like since January. So I mean, they gotta do something with that at that point. And I'm not even fucking lying to you. I'm pretty sure it has been since January with Sami and KO versus Judgment Day.
Yeah, it's been a long time. Really long time.
And I'm like, we gotta do something at this point, right? So we'll figure it out. But guys, we'll talk about that all, when that time comes. But SmackDown tonight wasn't all that bad. Bobby Lashley, the biggest Bob you ever saw, the biggest, blackest, baldest, meatiest, just, the biggest Bob ever. And Rey Mysterio went at it one-on-one tonight. Bobby Lashley did pin the United States champion Rey Mysterio. I'm legitimately hoping that Joaquin Wilde, who got fucking thrown head first into the steel steps, is all right.
Yeah, that was
shit
crazy.
That shit looked like it fucking sucked.
Yeah,
I hope he's good.
Yeah.
I just hope he's good. Cruz Del Toro, he's gonna be fine. I mean, he went into the barricade hard, but I mean, he'll be good. It's really Joaquin that got wrecked out there.
This is like the second week in a row that he died in the hands of freaking Bobby Lashley in the street fights.
It's just freaking insane. So hopefully Joaquin's all right. Both of them are out of commission for the 6-man tag team match at Fastlane tomorrow, so they're out. And then it looks like Ray has a phone call to make, so people are speculating that it could be Carlito. I personally want it to be Dragon Lee, because honestly, Dragon Lee and the LWO have had some sort of connection with each other over the last couple of weeks. But
it might still be.
A lot of people are thinking it's going to be Carlito, though. What do you think about that?
I think it is going to be Carlito, but it might be Dragon Lee too. Like, it could just be like a one-off thing. Like, hey, I'm showing up, wrestling this match, and then I'm going back to SmackDown and start this new storyline with Austin Theory and Grayson Waller with Cameron Grimes.
Well, honestly, I think if Dragon Lee shows up at the pay-per-view, I feel like that's his NXT call-up. He doesn't need to be in NXT anymore, really, to me.
Yeah, he's officially called up now, apparently, from rumors and stuff.
Okay, well, then there you have it. I guess that's perfect then.
I guess, like, according to sources and stuff, they said that WWE officials were impressed with him and Dominic's match on Raw, that they called him up from NXT to the main roster. So
they did have an amazing match on that Monday Night Raw. I will give them that. So yeah, I mean, honestly, it's well deserved. I love Dragon Lee. I think Dragon Lee is absolutely fantastic, and if he does do the match at Fastlane, I think it'll be a great spot for him. I don't honestly see their chances still going well, because I think the Street Profits and Bob still have to win that match regardless. But we'll see. We'll see where things go when it comes to that. Speaking of Fastlane, we will do our Fastlane predictions. We'll do our Fastlane predictions before the show, obviously, around the afternoon. I'll let everybody know when that is going to be taking place, and then Fastlane, the post show, will be happening after Fastlane. So that'll be really good to go. It might happen on Sunday, because, I mean, the pay-per-view is on Saturday, so it depends on when the show will end, because, WWE shows nowadays apparently like to go to the next day as well, so who knows?
No, they're not as bad as AEW, though.
I know that. I know they're not as bad, but, I mean, SummerSlam ended at, like, 1 o'clock in the morning, I felt like. It was so... SummerSlam went a lot longer than it should have, but WWE, if they're back at a good time or whatever, considering there's only 5 matches on the card, it really should not be going that long. We'll see where things go. But if anything, you'll still be seeing a post show on OTB after Fastlane. So, with that being said, okay, actually, hold on. I think we might actually just got a little bit of an update on Joaquin and Cruz. Tonight we're Joaquin Wild and Raul Mendoza. No. Cruz del Toro. Were taken out of action, was specifically done to bring in Carlito from PW Insider. There you go. So there you go. Carlito is most likely going to be the one at Fastlane. Just like a lot of people were mentioning. So, and it's PW Insider, so I respect that source and everything like that. So PW Insider says it's going to be Carlito at Fastlane. There you go. We've been waiting on his debut, bro. So, I mean, it's kind of bound to be waiting to happen eventually.
Yeah. Because he signed, like...
I think he signed, like, after the Rumble, didn't he?
Yeah, I think it was, like...
Or after the Puerto Rico show.
Yeah, I think it was, like, in June or, like, July or something like that.
Yeah. I think it might have been after they were in Puerto Rico. Maybe, I think that's Backlash, right? Yeah, I think that was Backlash.
Yeah, Backlash.
I think he signed right around that time. So, and honestly, good for him. I love Carlito. He looks great. Got to meet him. He looks like he's in the best shape of his entire life. Really nice guy. So, honestly, I couldn't be more proud of him to be back in WWE. But they were actually supposed to debut him on that SmackDown. What was that SmackDown for?
That July SmackDown where they were in New York.
They were I think they were at Madison Square Garden. Yeah, and they were going to debut him there too, or at that point. And I don't know if it just got scrapped or the show got rewritten or whatever, but I mean, he just didn't get a chance to debut. So, I mean, they've been waiting since then to do something. Yeah, it's definitely something to look at. So let's get right into the Friday Night SmackDown post show, guys. Thank you so much for joining us right here on OTB. Hit the like button, turn on the bell for all notifications. Subscribe to your channel if you have not already. Go down into the link in the description to join the channel today and to leave a super chat. We read the super chats at the end of the show. I want to thank Sammy for Wednesday's super chat. It was a $1.99 super sticker, but yeah, that was really the first ever super chat that we actually received here on the OTB YouTube channel. So if you guys want to talk about pro wrestling, it could be about anything. It could be about that whole CM Punk rumor. It could be about SmackDown tonight. It could be about Fastlane on for tomorrow. It could be about anything. If you guys want to leave a super chat, it's right there for you. Never an obligation. You guys are always allowed to do it if you want. And yeah, we appreciate it if you guys do. Follow us on social media. All the TikTok links are down in the description below. Follow me on TikTok, Twitter, and Instagram at @PhillyMatt_. Nate, what do you got going on your neck of the woods? What you got going on?
Nothing much. Follow me on TikTok, Nathan Coleman 6. I don't use Twitter as much, but follow me at
be glad that you don't. It's a
freaking
cesspool.
I see how y'all be on there, and I'm like, I'm not trying to get a part of that.
It's
I'm only wild. On there. I'm only on there for the group chat, Phil.
There you go. There you go. That's the honestly way it should be.
I'm not gonna say y'all, but everybody else up in there be blowing my phone up, which is why I turned the notifications off. But
I do that too, bro. It's not. I don't take offense to that at all.
So, other than that, TikTok. Let's see what else can I plug? Instagram, I guess. Nate the Great Coleman. Twitch, Nate the Great Coleman. I still stream it every once in a while on Twitch. Kick, same, Nate the Great Coleman. And I don't know if you randomly find me on Facebook, it's my first last name, Nate the Coleman. So yeah. Snapchat, I don't really give out my Snapchat like that. It's kind of like a private thing to me, but
hey, yeah. Look, Snapchat. I don't even really use Snapchat all that much anyway. It's kind of. Yeah. I feel like that app is so outdated nowadays in 2023. It's like, what's it even about now? But guys, go down into the link in the description. Use the WWE Shop affiliate link. It's my personal link, but anything that I get from whatever you get goes directly back into the channel. Be prepared for episode 500 because, man, we got a new logo, we got a new look, we got a new everything. Intro, outro video, everything. Be prepared for episode 500, y'all. It's going to be a very, very good time.
We forgot to plug SeatGeek.
And that's what I was just about to do. SeatGeek, our official sponsor of OTB. Use the code OTB at checkout for $20 off your first purchase using the application. You guys can use it on your phone. You guys can use it on the interwebs. Just make sure to tell SeatGeek that we sent you by using the code OTB at checkout for $20 off your first purchase using the application. You guys can get the best seats, the best deals, the best tickets anywhere you want to go. Concert, you got it. Pro wrestling event, you got it. The comedy show, you got it. Anything that you need a ticket for, you got it right there on SeatGeek. OTB at checkout for $20 off your first purchase. Thank you, SeatGeek, for being a part of our family. We love being a part of yours. So we're live in the arena. And Nate, we got our man, L.A. Knight. Yeah. He's in the ring he's going to the ring to a huge pop from the crowd. As L.A. Knight is about to begin speaking, out came Jimmy Uso, Paul Heyman, and Solo Sikoa. Heyman says for decades he has been able to spot who the next big thing will be, but goes to say the next big megastar in this business is going to be LA Knight. He tells LA Knight that he is on a roll. He has all the momentum in the world. He has earned Heyman's respect and admiration. As Heyman is speaking, the fans begin to chant for LA Knight. And he tells LA Knight that now that he has earned his attention, the Bloodline is going to have to do something about it. The fans boo as LA Knight asks him if he was done running his fat mouth yet. He tells Heyman that he appreciates what Heyman has told him over the past couple of weeks, but he isn't buying his BS. As he is speaking, Jimmy tells him to shut his mouth. He tells him to that they have not been properly introduced, and they are out here to tell his ugly face that he isn't making it to Fastlane. Jimmy tells Solo to get into the ring. As both men are on the ring apron, John Cena's music hits, came running down, and Cena and LA Knight stand in the ring while the Bloodline is on the ring apron. The fans are chanting for Cena. Heyman tells the Bloodline to get down off the ring apron. Jimmy and Solo are down, and LA Knight tells them, look, we're all excited for a fight tonight, for a fight at Fastlane, but I want to fight tonight. They didn't have permission from their chief to come out here, so it looks like maybe we can have Jimmy in a match tonight against LA Knight. Yeah. And Jimmy agreed to the match as Heyman argues with him, saying, look, man, you can't do that. We have to authorize it by the tribal chief. And he's like, I don't have to authorize shit. You're on. So
I don't think that's what he said, but
no, he didn't. But I mean, it's basically what he was like insinuating. He was like, look, nah, I got this. You're on. Even though that would be fucking hilarious if he said that shit. Like, it's like, nah, I don't have to authorize shit. You're on. But, I mean, that is basically what it all came down to. It's like, no, I don't have to authorize anything. You're going to be, you're on for tonight. And that is how the main event of tonight's show was basically set up. It's LA Knight versus Jimmy Uso in the main event of tonight's show. I mean, it's fine. It's fine. I mean, we got the build for, tag team match with Cena, LA Knight, and everything around there. So I was cool with this. This was a harmless segment.
Yeah, I was actually cool with it too. I didn't mind it at all. Yeah, obviously happy to see my guy Cena. Always happy to see my guy Cena. It was hilarious when Jimmy went after LA Knight, told Jimmy like, yeah, he said, I want you in the ring tonight. And then Jimmy said, okay. And then Paul was just sitting behind him. Okay, what do you mean, okay?
Okay, like, what do you mean, okay? Yeah. We gotta authorize this. Like,
okay, we gotta authorize this. Yeah. Paul is hilarious. I love Paul.
I want to ask you this, because we all know this whole Bloodline thing is a fucking mess. I mean, Jimmy says he's in the Bloodline, but we don't know if he's in the Bloodline, like Paul Heyman said. I believe that was last week. And a lot of people are telling me that right now they are more interested in what Jimmy is doing right now than what Jay is doing over there on Monday Night Raw. Are you on the Jimmy side or are you on the Jay side? Because honestly, I personally like Jay Uso better than Jimmy. That might be a little bit of the whole bias because of how, popular Jay Uso is with, the whole thing and getting to where we are right now. Jay is teaming up with Cody for the tag team titles at Fastlane tomorrow. So, I mean, it's kind of like It's kind of hilarious that they separated these two on different brands to not be a tag team, yet they're in tag team matches tomorrow. It's like, what are we doing? But where are you at? Are you on Jimmy, or are you on Team Jimmy, or are you on Team J? Or is that kind of a thing anymore? Like, are you kind of just liking both and what they're doing right now?
I kind of like both. I don't. I try not to watch Raw.
That's very
But
true. That's very true.
yeah, but yeah, me and Locke already talked about it. But I'm confused with Jimmy more than Jay, because Jay is doing
Right.
his own
Okay.
solo thing. You know, he's teaming up with Cody Rhodes, which is one of the most craziest tag team matches that's going to happen, with Judgment Day and Cody Rhodes and Jay Uso out of nowhere. But as far as Jimmy, I don't know. I feel like they wanted to like push Jimmy away, but then they like, all right, we don't have anything for Jimmy to do, so let's just keep him in the bloodline for right now. And then I feel like, I don't know, maybe with Roman coming back next week, maybe he'll like come back and realize, like, Jimmy, what are you doing here? You did this and this and this, and probably kick him out, or it'll be some stupid or something like that.
It definitely depends on how the tag team match goes tomorrow. Because
Yeah.
if Jimmy and Solo win, which I highly doubt that's going to be the case, then Roman could possibly, allow Jimmy to get back in the bloodline.
Right.
But if they lose, which is most likely going to be the case, Roman is going to berate Jimmy for trying to get a part, for trying to, be a part of all of this again. And who knows, maybe he kind of, goes off a little bit on Solo Sikoa too, to build that tension, because I don't think by WrestleMania time this whole bloodline thing is going to be over. Like, I mean, I would hope that by WrestleMania time, Roman's going to be on the island of relevancy by himself. I mean, that's at least what I'm hoping or praying that happens. So who knows? But maybe that's the start of the dissension between all three of them, Jimmy, Solo, and Roman. So who knows? But at the end of the day, I think it's kind of just, very interesting to see where the two Uso brothers go, because they're in tag team matches at Fastlane, and when they were separated to be not a tag team anymore.
Yeah, it's kind of stupid. I don't know. Like, I thought the before they drafted Jay to Raw, I thought like the whole original plan was eventually to like build up something to where it's Uso versus Uso,
well, that's what I thought was going to be happening at WrestleMania. So Jimmy versus Jay, but I don't know if that's going to be the thing anymore.
Yeah, and then like they still got to trade over that one Raw superstar over to SmackDown.
Dude, they haven't mentioned that in weeks.
Yeah,
who's going to be it? Who is going to be that? The only thing, and I know this is a shot in the dark, but I want to get your thoughts on this, because I know this is a shot in the dark, but who knows? Maybe this is just kind of an easy way in to that kind of a trade scenario. And again, just bear with me, because again, like I said, this is a shot in the fucking dark, but who knows? Maybe this is actually probably where they're thinking about this all. What if Cody and Jay somehow win the tag team titles on Saturday? And that is their easy in to get Cody to be on Friday Night SmackDown, to have that Cody and Roman, kind of thing be going on, and then all of a sudden they just say, during this whole thing, because he's a tag team champion over on SmackDown, he's going to get traded over, he being Cody Rhodes. Again, complete shot in the dark, and I don't even think that's going to be happening, because I do have the Judgment Day retaining their titles. But could that even be a possibility? Those two winning the tag team titles so that Cody could go over to SmackDown?
Yeah. I was actually thinking the same thing. So like with Jay
It's a
coming
shot
over,
in
I'm
the
like,
dark, man. I mean, I like it doesn't seem even legitimately possible to happen, but
no,
what
not
if they
really,
do win?
because yeah, like I didn't even think about them winning the tag match at all. I just thought about Cody just like getting traded over there.
Well, I think it's going to be Cody getting traded regardless. That one
Yeah,
person that people aren't going to like getting traded, I think it's going to be Cody regardless. But maybe them winning the tag team titles is just an easy way to say, hey, fuck it. He's going to be traded.
right.
But I don't think that's going to happen because I don't see the Judgment Day losing the titles yet.
Yeah,
It's
I
so
don't know.
fucking weird, man. They haven't
Yeah, it's
mentioned that
weird.
trade in weeks. They haven't mentioned that trade in weeks, and many people are probably forgetting about it.
Yeah, until we just mentioned it.
Probably. I mean, most likely the people that are in this chat or the people that are probably going to be watching this after, they probably didn't realize that up until now. So
Right.
who knows? So we'll see. But man, I just don't. I don't know, man. It's just what are they doing? What is WWE doing? It's a jumbled old. It's just jumbled fucked up mess. Ugh. But we're back from commercial break, and we are getting this tag team match started. Charlotte and Asuka versus Bayley and IYO SKY of Damage Control with Dakota Kai at ringside. And Bayley got pinned again. Bayley got pinned again.
So like
5 and 50. I
51.
think it's like 5 and. It's either 5 and 51, 5 and 52, or whatever. But yeah, we looked up the record last week.
That's crazy, man.
It's freaking ridiculous, man. But Damage Control lost this tag team match again to the former women's tag team champions. I even forgot that, Asuka and Charlotte were even tag team champions to begin with at one point.
When did this happen?
You didn't realize that they were tag team champions at one point either, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah, I no.
I'll look it up for you. WWE Women's Tag Team Championships. Okay.
During the Thunderdome era.
It was most like it definitely had to have been the Thunderdome era for sure.
Yeah, I didn't really watch it around the Thunderdome era. Well, I didn't watch much. I watched it, but I didn't watch much.
Yeah. So the reigns. Let's just go to the listing and title history. They beat Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler in December of 2020 at TLC, and they only held the title for 40 titles for 41 days until Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler won it back at the Royal Rumble kickoff show in January 2021. So yeah, they didn't do shit with them as usual because it's the women's tag team titles. But yeah, there you go. They basically had a 1-month reign.
Speaking of the women tag team titles, we're probably getting off topic, but like
No,
we
we're fine.
saw I don't know if you're going to mention it later on in the show.
Island.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But also, it's another women's tag team out there that I haven't seen anywhere except for social media. Where the heck is Kaden Carter?
Kaden Carter and Katana Chance. Yep,
bro,
I knew
where the heck
exactly where
are
you were
they
going with
at,
that.
bro? They should have been. They should have been like tag team champs or something. Like, bro, where the heck are they at?
I knew exactly where you were going with that. Look, I got no idea. I hope they're okay. I honestly hope they're not injured or anything like that. I hope they're good. But yeah, it's hard out here for these women, man, because they either just A, don't get showcased, or B, they get squashed. And that's basically what it's been for the last few um times. And yeah, Ian, TLC 2020, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, when they won the tag team titles, oh no, it was just a normal tag team match. I thought it was, for whatever reason, I thought it was the actual some sort of stipulation, but um that was the Firefly Inferno match. Oh, that was Randy and the Fiend. Yep, okay, I'm remembering the show now. That was Kevin and Roman in a TLC match. Yep, I remember I'm remembering the show actually quite fondly. Yeah. When Reggie was with Carmella. That is insane. Yeah. Yep.
Reggie and Carmella. Jesus.
Drew McIntyre, AJ Styles, and The Miz in a triple threat TLC match for the WWE title to kick off the show. That wasn't in the middle, that wasn't near the ending, that was to kick off the show. It's freaking wild, man. 2020 is a weird ass time. Main event doing matches. So there you go, Nate. Kaden and Katana have been on main event.
Main event doing matches. Wow.
They've been doing main event on ION television. Remember when that was the thing?
Yeah. I think it still is a thing, actually.
No, they're not on ION television anymore. I think
they don't have it. Okay.
I thought they were on Hulu this whole time.
They are on Hulu. I think they're.
I think Hulu got, well, not, they didn't get disbanded, but I think they kind of just broke that off recently.
Oh, okay.
I think their Hulu partnership might be ending soon, or I think it's like either ending in a few months or it could have ended already. I'm not too sure, but who knows? Like, I don't think Hulu is going to be lasting that much longer for WWE programming. But yeah, I mean, they're not on ION television anymore. I just remember when they just continue to reiterate that every single week on Raw, on SmackDown, or whatever. It's like, watch out for main event on ION television. I'm like, okay, look, you have 3 matches on the show. It's a 1-hour show. It's not anything special.
All right.
Even though they did have that one CM Punk John Cena match on the main event one time, and I was like, what is this? But
on all the shows, what main event?
Right, like, it's just so freaking weird. They try to make main event like an actual, like, legit show, and it's just any crap. But
they try to do that with WWE superstars too. I remember that.
Yeah. WWE superstars, right? Like, I was like,
superstars.
Not a lot of people remember those shows though, like WWE Superstars or the main event when it was ION television or whatever like that. I mean, like, dude, you had to have like it was crazy. It was crazy during those times.
Yeah. And Saturday Morning Slam, like
Saturday Morning Slam. I watched the first episode of that. Never again. Never again.
I remember it was like some episode with like Daniel Bryan fighting. I think it was like Curtis Axel or something like that. It was crazy.
No, I think it was. I think it wasn't it. I think it was Tyson. I think
he was fighting somebody. I
think it was Bryan Danielson and Tyson Kidd, and they were actually trying to do like a technical matchup with each other because of their backgrounds and experiences with each other, and things went completely wrong, I heard. And, you know, either things got cut for time or whatever like that, and they couldn't get what they wanted to do. And they were all just pissed off in the end when they got to the back because of shit that they really weren't able to do. And I was like, what is this? Yeah, and that's right. So Cesaro and the Usos teamed up at one point on the Saturday Morning Slam. I remember that, but I didn't watch it or whatever because Saturday Morning Slam, I was just not doing that. But yeah, I mean, those shows were just wild. Absolutely wild. But yeah, so I mean, look, Charlotte and Asuka won this thing. Charlotte pinned Bayley after a natural selection. Bayley lost again. Bayley was the only person that could take a pinfall here because Asuka, IYO, and Charlotte are all in a triple threat match tomorrow. So, who was going to be the scapegoat? Who was going to be the fall guy? Bayley. And you know what, Nate? That sucks.
Yeah, it does.
Because I love Bayley. I think we all love Bayley. But it just sucks that she's the fall guy every single time. So we see the Bloodline backstage, and Heyman is still telling Jimmy that he can't do that until he has the time to authorize the match with the Tribal Chief. He's like, man, I keep telling you, I don't have to authorize shit. Get over yourself. And then they walk into the locker room, Nate, and they're like, hey, look at this. I think you're in the wrong locker room here, buddy. And then it's all on Judgment Day with JD McDonough. Big fat head, JD McDonough. And I mean, I see Dom almost sitting in Rhea's lap at this point. He's just playing with his giraffe toy, you know, just making it gallop on her leg or whatever. And I'm like, what the hell is Dom doing? And Rhea's like, nah, we're right where we're supposed to be. And I'm like, okay. I thought it was a giraffe. It wasn't an actual Funko Pop. It looks like a giraffe toy to me.
I was not paying attention.
But regardless, he was galloping his toy on Rhea's leg, and then all of a sudden, she's like, "Yeah, no, we're right where we're supposed to be." And I'm like, "What the fuck is happening? What are we doing?" I was so confused at that point. So we come back from commercial again, and the Judgment Day and the Bloodline are face to face in the locker room, and I was like, "Oh shit!" I was like, "Dude, things could go bad." Because honestly, I don't even think we really even had a Judgment Day Bloodline face-off ever. So the fact that that was happening in the locker room, I was like, "Oh shit, this could go badly."
Yeah.
So Rhea told everybody to leave. He's like, "Get the fuck out of here," because Paul Heyman and I, we have to have a little bit of a chat. And Damian Priest and Solo Sikoa remain face to face, and Rhea tells Priest to, you know, kindly get the fuck out. And then, you know, Heyman, he's like, "It's all right. We're good. Thank you. I appreciate it." And then Solo just leaves menacingly.
That was a great impersonation.
It's like, "Thank you. I appreciate it." and then Solo just leaves all menacingly. And we're all good. And then it looks like, you know, Rhea's about to kick Paul Heyman's ass, and then we, you know, go right back to ringside. And I'm like, bro, you cut to the good part. And we didn't get to see him up until after, I believe, this match, which was the Bobby Lashley and Rey Mysterio match. They coined this as a David versus Goliath match. I know what you meant by that, guys, but when Kevin Patrick says, "Oh my gosh, it's gonna be a David and Goliath match," get him the fuck off commentary, bro. Nate, I keep telling you this. Kevin Patrick, KP, is trash.
Hot garbage.
Where's Vic Joseph when you need him?
On freaking NXT with Booker T.
Well, get him the fuck off of there.
Doing ad-libs to Trick Williams.
Well, look, Booker T can do the ad-libs with Trick Williams all he wants, but get Vic Joseph somewhere else, please. I'd much rather have him with Michael Cole and Corey Graves than KP. But the Big Bomb match, not bad. Not bad.
Not bad at all.
I thought, near the ending of this match, when it looked like Rey was actually going to have the upper hand here, I thought, well, I'm like, all right, well, look, if Rey's going to win this match here, it looks like we're going to have a really good shot of having the Profits, and Bob win at Fastlane. And then all of a sudden, things got fucking wild because the Street Profits threw Joaquin and Cruz del Toro into the barricade and the ring steps. Like I said, that ring step spot had to suck. And then all of a sudden, when Rey was about to get some kind of advantage over Bobby Lashley, fucking spear out of nowhere, speared him out of his own boots, and got the win 1, 2, 3, and Bobby Lashley got the win.
That spear was nasty.
It was a very nice spear. But still, I'm going to take Bronson Reed. Not Bronson Reed. Jesus Christ. Braun Breaker. LeBron Breaker. I think Braun Breaker still has the best spear in the business, but Bobby Lashley's spear, right now, are very, very close to. Out of the spears we get to see on TV, for WWE-wise, Ricky Stark still has a very nice spear himself. But, yeah, I mean, Bobby Lashley's spear is absolutely nasty, and he got the win for the... I'm trying to figure out a good name for this group, but I can't figure it out. Other than the Hurt Business, and not every black man is in the Hurt Business.
Phil, we talked about this
I know.
on multiple occasions. Phil.
I know,
Phil.
but
like I'm not law for a TJ because they actually say the word, and I'm a nice dude. I don't cuss, so I just say the black business. TJ and Law say the other word.
They say.
They
say the N word with an A at the end. Business.
Yeah.
The
Almighty
I get it.
Is pretty good. I like that.
The Almighty Prophets. I like that. I mean, I saw all over Twitter the Prophet Business, but I mean, that doesn't really technically. That doesn't make any sense. There's Deontay. I knew one of y'all were gonna come up in here and say it.
Deontay.
I'm surprised Locke just didn't join up right now and say, "Nah, you gotta say it with the chest, the business." I'm like, okay.
Yeah, I'm alright.
But yeah, I mean, Bobby got the win here. I still got the Almighty Prophets. I'm going to keep using that for right now up until we figure out a goddamn name. I still have them winning at Fastlane. I don't really think it's honestly should be even close. They should be winning, and that's really just that. They gotta establish themselves, bro. So
yeah.
We then cut backstage to Rhea telling Heyman that he is the wise man and he needs to make a wise decision. She tells him that they are stronger together, the Judgment Day and the Bloodline. He tells her He likes it. He thinks it's actually a brilliant idea, and he's kind of upset that he didn't think of it himself, but he says it's a really good idea, but if you would excuse me, I need to go make a phone call to get this authorized. Because the whole show is about getting things authorized. It's crazy.
Yeah, authorization.
And yeah, and Rio lowers the phone, and he's like, and she's like, "It's authorized." And he says, "For the Judgment Day, it's authorized, but not for the Bloodline. And there's only one person that can authorize it for the Bloodline, and that is my Tribal Chief." And then all of a sudden, she says, "Paul, acknowledge me." Heyman looks around the locker room, and he's like, "Look, with all due respect, Rhea, you're kind of in the wrong locker room to say something like that." And Rhea tells him that he will eventually acknowledge her. Because if not, we will find out who really is the stronger group. The Judgment Day or the Bloodline. She tells him that he is authorized to make that phone call that he is desperately wanting to make. And then she walks away. I think everybody and their mother acknowledges Rhea Ripley. I mean, I feel like that's just a gimme. But this was great. Great stuff here by Rhea and Paul Heyman.
Yeah, that was it seemed kind of weird at first because I'm like, I said the Judgment Day and Bloodline working together. I don't know, it seemed kind of weird. And then once I actually saw it like out there later on in the show, I'm like, okay, I'm like, this is. I said, I don't know why I said, but this kind of reminds me of like Nexus. Like, it's like six. It's like six dudes out of nowhere just climbing the ropes. Like, what's good? And
Yeah,
then,
Cena just has a problem with mixing it up with factions he can't beat until he
yeah,
buries them all.
yeah. But I don't know. Like it's still kind of weird, but I'm glad that they worked that out because like it looked fantastic. So
Yeah. So I love it. I think it's actually going to be working out really, really well, especially when we do get to the Survivor Series, build for it. Um, yeah, I think it's going to be very, very interesting. And, for those of you guys who saw the extra earlier on today at around 4 o'clock, Cena is looking to have a very, very big match heading into the beginning of November. If you guys saw it, you guys already know what it is. But Nate, if you didn't see it, it looks like we could possibly be seeing Cena versus Roman at Crown Jewel in Saudi Arabia.
yeah, I saw that. Um, I don't know how to feel about that because obviously,
It's
Cena
a big
versus
money match.
Roman.
It's for the Saudis. It has to be Saudi money.
Yeah, and
That's what I
then
saw that as.
Cena is gonna freaking lose and be upset again because Roman still has the title. So I don't know.
Yeah, so I mean, it's the sweet Saudi money. That's basically what it is all for. Even though I honestly thought John would not be that kind of a guy, to go over to Saudi. I thought he would have kind of been like a Sammy and KO type of person that just, I I honestly thought he would not have like really agreed with the partnership. But I mean, if what kind of, the politics over there, man. I mean, if they want a match, they're gonna get a match. I mean, I don't agree with it, but I mean, if that is what they wanted, I don't think WWE really has a say in the matter, honestly.
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, up next we had this Austin Theory and Dragon Lee match. This was honestly really, really good. I loved this.
Yeah, this match was
Um,
cooking.
Dragon Lee did really, really well here in this spot. Austin Theory, we all know how good Austin Theory is, whether you like him, whether you hate him, he is the future. And they did have Grayson Waller a part of all of this
Yes,
during
sir.
the middle portion of the match. I would say he came out here. Just when you thought that Dragon was actually going to end this a little bit earlier, Grayson came out to basically, uneven the odds, I should say, because it was basically 2-on-1 at that point. And we saw Lee throw Theory into the ring, and Waller attacks Dragon Lee with while the referee is distracted by Austin Theory. He throws Dragon Lee into the ring, and Theory goes for the A-Town down, but Cameron Grimes out of nowhere jumps the barricade and throws Waller into the ring post. This distracts Theory long enough for Dragon Lee to get the fruit roll up and got the win. 1, 2, 3. And Dragon Lee picked up a win here over on Friday Night SmackDown. So he won with the most devastating move in all of entertainment. Nate, the fruit roll up.
A fruit roll up.
I don't think we actually have been mentioning that in quite some time over here on the show. I mean, not many people have been winning by fruit roll ups as of late.
Yeah.
At least not to my knowledge. Or maybe
Yeah.
I'm just not really watching all that much.
I know Xavier Woods won on Monday with a fruit roll up against Ivar, and then they got destroyed by Ivar. Him and Kofi. But,
Hey, look, I'll say this. Ivar is making his minutes count with Eric being out. So
yeah, like, bro, Ivar is doing stuff that like a 400-pound dude shouldn't do.
right, yeah. He's making his minutes count.
I'm used to it because I've seen it in NXT, obviously. But
Right. Yeah.
But bro, he still amazes me with like the flips and
the fact that he can
athleticism.
do like a full-fledged moonsault is crazy.
Yeah.
To me.
Yeah.
And I love it. I absolutely love that he is at least getting the chance to do this kind of a thing while Eric is out. I didn't even know really Eric was injured.
Yeah.
Like I didn't.
I forgot.
They didn't really say anything. So I was like, huh. But I'm glad he's maximizing his minutes there. I mean, like, I feel like a lot of people are telling me that Raw isn't even really all that bad of a show. It's just 3 hours. Like, if it wasn't for the whole show being 3 hours, this would probably be a really good show to watch. It's just 3 hours is 3 hours, and it's too long.
Yeah.
It's like you're watching a Marvel movie plus every single night, or every single Monday night. And Marvel movies are a little bit more than 3 hours, too. So it's like, Jesus.
Yeah, if they would shorten it, then maybe I would be invested. I kind of doubt it, but like
it's just way too long, bro.
Yeah,
but,
yeah.
We all know that they're actually in a TV rights deal. Well, the TV rights deal is actually coming up soon, from what we know. Apparently, a lot of people actually do know this by now, but Fox is no longer going to be the home of Friday Night SmackDown, because Friday Night SmackDown is going to be moving over to the USA Network again, which is insane. I don't know if you saw this or not, bro. But
when is that supposed to happen? Actually,
that's a good question. I'll look this up again. USA gets SmackDown. In October, well, not of this year, because we're in October. I think it's October of next year we might get this. Okay, so WWE SmackDown is officially moving to the USA Network on a new 5-year deal. The weekly show currently is on Fox, um, uh, but will move to its new network home on October of 2024. So October next year, Nate, we will be switching over to the USA Network. Okay. So yeah. So from 2020 October 2024 to basically 2029. Yeah. Until October of 2029, we will be getting SmackDown on the USA Network. It's crazy.
Yeah.
And it looks like, from what other reports are saying, it looks like Fox, not Fox. There's going to be other suitors for Monday Night Raw and NXT, unless USA also buys the rights to extend their deal with NXT and Raw.
I wouldn't mind. I wouldn't mind them going back to sci-fi.
Sci-fi could work.
Cool. Yeah.
I mean, it would kind of. I mean, I wouldn't actually mind having just a one channel type of deal. I mean, if NBC Universal just owned all of WWE programming on the USA Network, I mean, who knows? Maybe that could possibly be a thing. A lot of people are even saying that, who knows, maybe even Monday Night Raw could not even be a thing anymore. It could be switching to a different night, which would be a terrible idea to me, I think.
Yeah.
I think moving Monday Night Raw off of Monday night would be terrible. Disney is a huge possible contender for sure. I saw that too, Ian. I mean, we can be seeing Mickey Mouse every single week, hosting the show. It's freaking crazy.
Oh God.
We can be getting a WWE theme park at Disney World, man. I mean, it could be but honestly, that would hit. That would fucking hit. I would move to Florida just for that, and I would be staying in the park all day. Imagine riding an F5. That would be wild. That'd be crazy.
Man.
Bro, there's a lot of potential you could do with a WWE theme park at Disney. But yeah, I mean, it's insane. We'll see though. USA Network, the home of Friday Night SmackDown in October 2024. But yeah, we all know SmackDown was previously on networks like Sci-Fi, the CW, UPN, and My Network TV. So there you go. So $1.4 billion deal. That's billion with a B. That's fucking crazy.
That's wild.
That is freaking wild. And then they released all those other superstars.
Yeah, man, Vince
they made that deal on the same day they fired superstars. It's freaking.
And Vince is just sitting back there counting all his money.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh no, man. It's a shady business over there for sure. So we come back from commercial break and we cut backstage to Ray telling Santos and Zelina Vega that Del Toro and Wild are not going to be able to compete on tomorrow's show for WWE Fastlane. And they're like, and Zelina's like, what the hell are we going to do? I mean, look, there's two of us and three of them. I mean, what are we going to do? And I'm like, well, technically, Zelina, you could count. I mean, you can count yourself. You're in the ring, so it's technically 3-on-3, but they're never going to be able to do that. So Ray's like, all right, it's okay. Let me make a phone call. And then he left. And then Santos is like, all right, yep, get that right there. And then she pressed too hard, apparently, and he winced in pain. I was like, and she was like, oh, God, sorry. And I'm like, Zelina. Damn. You gotta hurt your mans like that. But, I mean, look, we basically already went over this a little bit earlier. It's from PW Insider. It looks like Carlito could be that person. I'm cool with it. I honestly thought it should have just been Dragon Lee, though, considering their history. It's alright. But then we got the main event, dude. The main event that was not authorized by the Tribal Chief, but technically was authorized by the Tribal Chief, but technically wasn't because he didn't get an actual phone call, or maybe he did. I don't know. We didn't get to see that part. But it's Jimmy Uso versus LA Knight. And honestly, this was not bad at all. Up until the ending of a disqualification finish by Solo Sikoa.
Yep.
We come back from a commercial break. LA Knight with a body slam in the middle of the ring. He runs the ropes to hit his famous elbow drop, and then all of a sudden Solo is showing up in the ring and attacks LA Knight. And there you go. The referee rung the bell. I'm like, he's just attacking everybody's favorite. Is he? He attacked my guy in WrestleMania. I mean, I know that was all the way back in April, but I'm never gonna forget about it. He's attacking LA Knight, who's a big fan favorite of basically everybody, right?
Right.
What is Solo's deal and fan favorites? He's attacking Cena. Everybody loves Cena. I don't know really one person that does not like Cena. He attacked Cody. Never gonna forgive him for that one. And now LA Knight. Thanks, Solo. Appreciate it. So, I mean, all of this happens. Cena's music hits, once the 2-on-1 assault is about to happen. And he runs down to basically make the save. He grabs Solo and throws him to the outside. Solo and Jimmy are on the outside, and the fans chant for Cena. The Judgment Day's music hits, and they walk down to join the Bloodline. So the Judgment Day and the Bloodline are off, they're face-to-face at ringside. And then all of a sudden, Heyman steps in front of the Bloodline. Rhea stands in front of the Judgment Day. They shake hands, and it looks like Cena and LA Knight are in some big trouble. That is up until we hear main event Jey Uso's music hits. And I was doing the thing. You got it. It's a fucking... it's fucking vibe. I was probably the only person in the world doing that, because I didn't even see anybody doing that on SmackDown's crowd.
The whole crowd was
the crowd was doing it?
Yeah, the whole crowd was doing it when he came out.
Okay, so that's good. I mean, it's over. And then once, it looked like it was going to be 3-on-6, then all of a sudden we see Cody Rhodes, finally. I was like, I was texting the group chat, man. I'm like, did Cody and Jay just get cut? Because, I mean, we're like legitimately 20 minutes away from the show ending, and they have not shown up. So, Cody did his thing. They didn't even fucking, wait for the whoa. They didn't. Because they cut it as soon as he gets into the ring, and it's like maybe 2 seconds into the song. Yeah. And the crowd was singing the song.
Yeah, the crowd is amazing. Yeah,
the crowd was singing the song. They didn't do the whoa though. You could have sung the song and then did your whoa, and then that was it.
The whoa. They hit the whole first verse of the song.
Yeah.
And then they did right after.
They did the whole thing. They did adrenaline. They did the whole thing. They did out the curtain. Let's go out. I'm home. And then they didn't do the whoa. And then some people on the other side of the arena did the whoa, and then other people didn't, so it felt way off. And I was like, guys, I hope they play his theme again so that they can at least do the whoa, because you can't just not do the whoa. And yeah, they were able to do it. at the end. They were actually able to do 2 woes because Kevin Dunn just played the whole song. But I was like, okay, this is just very, very weird. So Cody came out, the Bloodline, Judgment Day, and Cena and friends are all standing there. And yes, I called them Cena and friends. They're all just standing there, and then all of a sudden the brawl is on. It's freaking chaos. Heyman tells Solo to step down as he walks down the ring ramp. But the fight breaks out. Jay, Cody, and Cena clean house. Cody hits a suicide dive on the outside. Jay jumps over the top rope and lands on the Judgment Day. Cena then stands in the ring, and in comes Solo. And both men are face to face. The fans are chanting for Cena. And he hits a right hand on Solo. And Solo hits a super kick. In comes LA Knight. Solo goes for the spike, but LA Knight ducks it and clotheslines Solo in to the outside. JD McDonough then tries to get involved, and he gets hit with a BFT. Jay hits him with a super kick, and then Cena slams him onto the mat with slams him onto the mat. He does do a 5-knuckle shuffle, and then he hit JD with an attitude adjustment. Cody then picked up JD McDonough, hit him with the crossroads, and all 4 men are standing in the ring as SmackDown goes off the air. Very, very nice brawl to end the show, because honestly, man, it did 2 things. Well, it set up 2 matches for Fastlane with everybody involved in this. You got Cody and Jay versus Finn and Damian for the tag team titles. And then obviously you have Solo and Jimmy versus Cena and Knight. So you have everybody involved here. Not a bad way to end the brawl, but it was what it was.
Yeah, Jordan Devlin sold that crossroads like it was death.
Yes. Good for JD McDonough to do that. Now, the 2 post-show matches, the dark matches, were, get this, because it's going to be wild when I read these out to you. It was Drew McIntyre and damn, where I just had it. Where'd it go? Drew McIntyre versus Chad Gable.
Mm-hmm.
That was a post-match dark match. And Cena, Cody Rhodes, LA Knight, and Jey Uso versus Finn Balor, Damian Priest, Solo Sikoa, and Jimmy Uso was set for the dark match after SmackDown went off the air. So everybody that was there got into the dark match. I kind of would have liked to see that here. But I mean, we only had like 5 minutes when everybody was making their entrance, so I mean, we couldn't get that there. But yeah, it was an 8-man tag, and then all of a sudden, Drew McIntyre and Chad Gable. Michin and Shotzi versus Alba and Isla were scheduled for a pre-show dark match. And yeah, so that was the pre-show dark match before everything happened. Please tell me Jay kicked Jimmy. I don't know. I can't see the dark match, but I mean, it could have happened. But yeah, I mean, that was SmackDown. That's how things went off the air. And we'll see where things go when it comes down to Fastlane tomorrow. WWE Fastlane, Nate. I mean, we only have like 5 matches on this card. I mean, it's not all that long.
Like, I mean, only got We only got 5 matches on the card.
I think it's like only 5 matches on this card. It's not looking like all that long of a show.
So I know the longest match for sure is going to be the last man standing match.
For sure, yeah.
Seth Rollins and Shinsuke. Then we got
Yeah.
LA Knight and John Cena against the Bloodline. The Judgment Day against Jay and Cody.
Yep.
The triple threat women's match with Charlotte, IYO, and Asuka. And what's the other match?
The LWO and Bobby and the Profits.
Yeah.
So yeah, only 5 matches on this card. And yeah, I mean, I won't even know how they're even going to be aligning this. Like, what's going on first? I know the main event has to be the last man standing match. In my mind, that would be the main event. But, I mean, what, you start off with the tag title match? You could possibly do the triple threat?
Wait,
6-man tag?
Does Rhea
and then
have
the
a
final
match?
2? Huh?
Does Rhea have a match at all?
Rhea, no.
No?
No.
Oh, wow. Okay. Because the reason why I asked was because on Monday,
to start the whole
show,
Nia Jax and everybody.
Nia Jax, Raquel, and Shayna.
Yeah. It's I mean, I would possibly do LWO and the Profits, tag team title match. I mean, I wouldn't want to have Cena and LA Knight in the middle of the show, but they could probably do that, then have the women's triple threat in the co, and then Seth and Shinsuke in the main. I mean, that could be a good way to, separate everything. I don't know. I don't know how they're going to structure a card, but it's only a 5-match card, so I mean, it's not going to be all that long of a prediction show tomorrow afternoon.
I'll hop on for 2 seconds.
Yeah. But yeah, we got 5 matches on the card, and then WWE Crown Jewel on November 4th. And we still don't know the venue in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. So we don't know where it's going to be taking place. We know it's going to be happening in Riyadh, but no venue was announced yet. The last time they were in Riyadh, though, if I can get this pulled up here, I believe it was Crown Jewel last year, 2022, and you know that one, guys. If you guys know that, it was Logan Paul and Roman Reigns.
Yeah.
At Rasul Park, which held about 24,537 fans. That Roman and Logan match is actually not even all that bad, from what I remember.
Yeah. You're going viral, Roman, and jumped off the freaking.
And then he broke his leg.
Yeah. In the process, and still went viral.
Yeah. So, that's right. We had Brock and Bobby for 6 minutes. Damage Control won the tag team titles from Alexa Bliss and Asuka. Drew McIntyre defeated Karrion Kross in his cage match. Judgment Day defeated the OC. Braun Strowman and Omos. Yeah, I remember this now. The Usos and the Brawling Brutes. Bianca and Bayley in a last woman standing match for the women's for their Raw Women's title. I remember that now, actually. And then Roman versus Logan Paul. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I remember that freaking Omos. Yeah, so like Omos was destroying Braun the whole match, and they had him hit one running power slam, and that's how he won. I was
Yep.
heated. I was
Yep.
so heated.
Yep. It's actually very good. Look, Ian, you're not. I don't think you're totally wrong here. I do believe Jade Cargill could possibly show up at Fastlane. I don't think she's gonna have a match like you're saying,
Yeah,
an
she,
open challenge and squash.
yeah.
But because honestly, here's the thing: I'm not having Jade squash fucking anybody. We can't look. We can't look. We can't be having her do AEW 2.0 over here in WWE. We can't. Because Jade Cargill had 5-minute matches in AEW, and that is the reason why people don't think she can wrestle in the first place. She had glorified 5-minute matches. She had a 6-minute match against Athena when she was the TBS champion. Athena! And Athena's probably one of the best they ever had.
She they just said that she just reached 300 days as the women's champion. So
For Ring of Honor, yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, so that's good for her, but I mean, I want to see her on AEW TV. I mean, it's great for her, and I think that's honestly the longest reign for the Ring of Honor Women's Championship in history. I think that is, but
Yeah, yep.
like, I mean, I want to see her on AEW TV. She's so freaking good, and she can honestly be a standard bearer for that women's division over in AEW. Not a lot of people give Athena the respect that she honestly deserves, but I mean, you don't see her on AEW TV.
Right.
Yeah, she's gonna. Oh yeah, so she was spotted in Indianapolis today during the SmackDown tapings, and it looks like she will be going to Fastlane. So who knows? Maybe we do get to see her, but I don't think she's gonna be in a match for quite some time. I'm telling you, man, I thought she would have been a shoo-in for that breakout tournament. I thought she would have been a great person for that.
Yes.
But we'll see. Survivor Series, though, November 25th in Chicago. Are you going?
Um, I
Or were you
still
planning to
don't.
at least? Or are you just
I
thinking about it,
I
maybe?
I actually wasn't. I
No.
actually wasn't planning on going. Um, because I, I don't know if there's still tickets available. Last time I checked or heard, I heard that they were sold out already. But then again, I don't know. Like I love Chicago. I love like the crowds, the wrestling crowds in Chicago.
Yeah.
But for some reason, when WWE go to Chicago, they use the All State Arena, and the way that the All State Arena is, it's like shoulder to shoulder. There's no space. It's like suffocation in there. So like
Yeah.
you sit anywhere, it's just shoulder to shoulder. You can't breathe. You can't really move. There's a lot of annoying people up in there. Um, but yeah, I would want to go, but I don't know. I have to check it out. I have to see.
I'm on SeatGeek right now, right? Use the code
Yes,
OTB
sir.
at checkout for $20 off your first purchase. Um, how about that cheap plug?
But yeah, that was nice.
But the cheapest seat right now for one ticket. This is just a one ticket price. And this is all including fees and everything like that. $272.
Well, there goes my answer right there.
That is absolutely insane.
Yep, there goes
That
my
is
answer
that is
right
section
there.
215 row K, $272.
Yep, and that is in the nosebleeds too. Yep.
It's a it's basically like a $200 ticket, but you're adding obviously the fees and everything like that. But yeah, I mean it's absolutely crazy. Just out of curiosity, what's the highest price ticket? $7,411. Fuck that. Floor 4, row 1. All right, so you're in front row.
Yeah, of
But
course.
still, $7,000.
They must know something that we don't know, because
But the two night pass for the SmackDown and Survivor Series, the cheapest ticket for 2 tickets each is $192. I mean, it's still pretty bad, but $192 compared to $272 for that one night.
Yeah.
I mean, that's who the fuck is 7K? Honestly, a lot of people would probably do that. I mean, that's basically WrestleMania.
Man, that's green shirt guy money.
Yeah. You'll be seeing green shirt guy probably in that row. The two night pass for SmackDown and Survivor Series, the biggest price for that one ticket, $2,909. So I mean, still, hey,
that's not bad for both of them?
Okay. You can do 2 nights for the $3,000 for SmackDown and Survivor Series in that same venue.
What's the cheapest one for the 2-pack?
For the 2-pack, $192 for the one ticket.
$192. Oh, okay, that's not bad.
$192 for the one ticket, yeah.
And
that's each. So if you do 2 tickets, it's basically $192 times 2, $3,000 basically for the 2. You can it's still $6,000. I mean, dude, it's still freaking insane. But still, honestly, you'd probably want to do the 2-pack and not the 1. I mean, still, it's still crazy, but hell.
Yep. Oh yeah,
and I still believe Green Shirt Guy has some sort of like deal with WWE because he's there basically every event.
Man, every event.
But yeah,
I wanted this.
It's WrestleMania for me. It's WrestleMania for me. I'm going to the Collision that is here in Connecticut. I know I am. I'm already going. I gotta take it with one of my friends, so that's gonna be good. Hopefully, Adam is there. Hopefully,
Edge.
I know. I'm trying to continue to say it. So hopefully, in my head, it would sound right, but it still doesn't.
No, we are not MJF out here. Edge. I don't care what Tony Khan says.
no, but like in all seriousness, bro, like I am like legitimately just trying to keep calling him Adam, so that way I could probably make it make sense for myself, and it could possibly sound right, but it still doesn't. It still does not sound right.
Right.
And yeah, so I'm going to go to the Collision, and Loth and I are still trying to get tickets for the Philadelphia Dynamite, where Edge will be at. So I mean, hopefully, Loth and I can lock those tickets down, and I'll be heading over to Philly at the end of the month.
I still want to.
I believe it's the 25th. Yeah, the 25th of October.
I still want to like try and that's 2 days before SmackDown comes here on the 27th. But I still want to try and find a way to come down there for Deadline, NXT Deadline.
Yeah. Dude, I would love it, man. I would love it if you got here to CT for that.
Yeah, I gotta see if I could like try and find a cheap way to get down there.
Look, man, and like I said to Loth, like you don't need to find like a whole like place to stay or whatever. You don't need to stay in your car or whatever. Fuck that. Come over to my place. You're good. If everything goes right for you and you can't get down here, but yeah, we'd love to have you. I'll have to have Loft too. So I mean, yeah, Loft is basically already set on going. So I don't know. But I mean, well, we can find somewhere for sure.
But
But
yeah, speaking of Loft, ladies and gentlemen, I found out why Loft missed the show. He is in the middle of a debate between Zay and TJ on.
oh, that's
main
right.
event.
They were doing nothing tonight.
They're doing their face to face right now. Just looking at it with the sound off, just looking at how crazy Zay's face is. So yeah. So he's
No worries.
he's like the moderator.
Yeah.
There. So
yeah, he's the moderator. I forgot honestly that he had that that authority to do that tonight. So um I'm glad you stepped in for the man, and we will see where things go for the Fastlane prediction show tomorrow. It's not going to be a long stream, guys, for the predictions because there's only 5 matches, like we said. So who knows? But we'll see how long the actual show is, and then depending on what hour of night it is, we'll get on for the post show as well. And no, I didn't mean Adam Cole. I wish Adam Cole would be there in CT. But yeah, no, his ankle is far too broken for that. And he'll be out for the foreseeable future, probably till the rest of the end of the year, to be completely honest. Which sucks, but it's all right. Chris Angel will have his match eventually. I felt so bad for him. Really. I felt so bad for him. I watched the documentary again recently. Honestly, just last night. I watched the whole documentary again.
yeah.
The Becoming a Superstar.
Yep.
Amazing. Amazingly well done. Just an awesome documentary if you guys didn't see that on his YouTube. It honestly made me want to just go to flatbacks for whatever reason and just see what the hell it's like.
For real, like, bro, you getting trained by Tyler Breeze and Sean Spears.
Yeah. And apparently, dude, and I even looked at their website, they don't just do it for pro wrestlers. You can go there and train to be a referee. Yeah.
So you telling me that Ref Nate could be a reality?
Yeah, it could be a legit reality. Look at their website.
What state is Flatbacks in?
I believe it's in Florida. Let me take a look again.
God dang it! I'm gonna have to talk to Sammy.
Flatbacks Wrestling School. Contact. Oh no. Okay. Flatbacks Wrestling School. There it is. In Forest City, and yeah, it's in Florida.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to text Sammy like, hey, listen, so I might need your help to get me down there, even if it's for like a couple weeks. I mean, it's right on. I'm looking right at the maps right now. It's legitimately right off Interstate 441. Huh. Look at that. A little bit above Orlando. Okay. So yeah, they're actually not even that far off. Kind of cool. But yeah, I looked at their website and everything like that, man. I mean, they have courses for honestly anything. Yeah, they have Sean Spears. They got Tyler Breeze. It's
See, main training course, referee training course, manager and valet training course. So you can even go there to be a manager. It's kind of cool.
Yeah,
Like,
that's dope that they actually have like all those different courses. Because
at least, yeah. Because if you can't really do the whole in ring stuff, like if you really don't think you can, I mean, like for me, especially too, because with everything with my bone disease and everything like that, I can't get in the ring like that. So who knows? Referee, manager, it's kind of cool.
do they have like courses for commentary too?
The 3 that they show right here are manager, valet, referee, and main. So as far as I'm aware of, no commentary. But that would be cool too.
Yeah, that would be dope. Yeah, that would be fine.
And yeah, as soon as you click on whatever course you want to take, it shows you it does the course application where you gotta select a certain starting date that you possibly want to do it for. You gotta fill out the name, email, phone, height, age, background, goals, and everything like that. And there's like actual course dates for the 8 weeks for the program. It's crazy detailed. It's crazy detailed.
This is dope.
Go check it out, Flatbacks. I'm not even freaking sponsored by them or anything like that. But I mean, hey, look, they're honestly very reputable, man. And I mean, look, it's Tyler Breeze, it's Sean Spears. They're really good people. From what you can tell on that documentary, they're good people. And apparently Chris had like an accelerator program. He had like 6 weeks to do that training.
Yeah, because I'm guessing like he's already a part of DPW.
Yeah, so I mean he kind of already had a little bit of a head start. It's crazy, man. It honestly kind of made me want to actually do something with it too. But I can't just travel to Florida. I can't just travel to Florida, show up at their door, so it's like, hi.
Man, exactly.
I can't do that. Like you
hey, how you doing?
But yeah, it's really nice. But we'll talk to you guys tomorrow for the Fastlane preview and predictions. Oh yeah, and Reality of Wrestling. Yeah, that's Booker T's school, right? Yeah, that's Booker T's school. So yeah, there's a lot of stuff that you can really honestly check out for wrestling schools and everything like that. You just gotta like have that, you gotta go out there and do it. If you're actually going to do it, you gotta actually do it. So I mean,
yeah, that's
depends.
the thing that always stops me is that like I want to do something and then I just like I just stop. Yeah. They have wrestling schools here in Milwaukee too. It's this one wrestling promotion called Brew City Wrestling, which is like downtown Milwaukee, and Kevin Owens was in there for like a little bit.
Okay.
I know a couple other like WWE wrestlers was in there for a little bit.
I remember seeing a young Adam Cole in Northeast Wrestling.
Yeah,
wild.
Northeast
NEW is wild at the time. But yeah, man. There's an independent show called Test of Strength Wrestling over here. And I go to their shows almost frequently. Like I'm basically a regular over there with my guy Nick. And they see me. They basically, a lot of people from TOS actually follow me on TikTok, which is wild. The Mike Skyros guy that I told you about, or basically anybody that is on Discord or anything about, Mike Skyros is basically a mainstay in Test of Strength. He follows me on TikTok. He knows me very well. We've got to talk so many times. I've been wanting to get him on this show many times, but obviously because he's an independent wrestler, he's taking bookings any chances that he gets right now because pro wrestling's so hot. And he's like, man, look, I mean, we see you, Phil. We definitely see you. We would love to get you in here, but there's just not that many openings right now. But if there is anything, man, we can possibly hook you up for something. It doesn't matter what it is, right? I'm like, no, if anything happens, anything happens. I would just love to be a part of this. He's like, all right, well, we'll figure it out. But as of right now, there's just no opening. So we'll figure it out if there's anything going on. So I'm like, dude, I could possibly do it, right? Like, I could possibly be a part of something for Test of Strength. It's just, I just gotta wait for the shot, if anything. So that would be kind of cool. We're just waiting for that moment, Just very, very interesting. All right, we're done. Have a great rest of the night, guys. Stay safe. We'll talk to you sometime in the afternoon for the WWE Fastlane preview and predictions. Nate's having his phone blow up. It's kind of crazy.
My bad. That's my girl texting me.
Sorry. I get it. Trust me. But yeah, guys, we'll talk to you tomorrow afternoon for the WWE Fastlane preview and predictions. If Nate does not have anything else to say, we can get the hell out of here.
No, that's pretty much it. I won't be, for the people that usually watches me on TikTok, I won't be streaming tomorrow night. Fastlane, I won't be streaming Fastlane because I am going to be out with a whole bunch of friends. Red Lobster and bowling tomorrow, so that's going to be fun. I should be here for the predictions before the show. That's pretty much it. I'm about to go to sleep because I worked overtime all this week and my body is just drained. So yeah.
Alrighty, bro. So we'll talk to you guys tomorrow afternoon. Have a good rest of the night. Stay safe. God bless. Peace.
Who says?